All right, we should be up and running, folks. Hello, Internet. How we doing? Actually, I forgot to get SolidWorks up and running. All right, I had to open up SolidWorks because I hadn't opened it yet. But yeah, back to the CAD tonight, working on Kabuto. But first, quick updates on some stuff. So you probably heard me talk about how there was going to be an SRW stream on Monday. Well, it was supposed to be in the morning, but then a earthquake and tsunami hit in and around the area where Bandai's HQ was. It was a pretty massive earthquake. I think 7.4 was the number I saw. Don't know much more beyond that, but that delayed the stream to that night. And so they did the stream that night where they announced a expansion pack for SRWY that is a separate purchase from any other purchase you probably would have made of the game by now. Actually, let me pull up this on Steam because it has the list of units. So, zoom us in. So, series-wise, nothing I had on my bingo card qualified. I think a older bingo card I had Eureka 7 on, but not the movies that they did that apparently are crap. So, yay. Anyway, so the third of the Eureka 7 sequel movies, look, I don't know too much. All I know is from the quick glance, it seems that those movies sucked and no one likes them. Cross-Ange, Star Driver, Xenoglossia, which is part of Idolmaster, Char's Counterattack, Beltorchica's Children, and Space Runaway Edeon. And you can see this is all the units we get. It's I want to say it's one unit. What is it? It's one unit per series, except for Char's Counterattack, where you get the Hainu and the Nightingale. And I guess both of these are Eureka units. 26 missions, 15 onboard missions, 1 assist crew member, and then 1 special mission. And then you get master mode, or master difficulty. And it's all for $30. I'm going to be perfectly honest. None of this really interests me. None of this hits me at all. Especially for $30. Like, I've made it clear I do not care about original Gundam from my SRW experience. So being like, here's the here's the two fanciest units for Amuro and Char, and I'm like, you did this in 30. The Hainu was in 30. In fact, it was the DLC unit in 30. I don't care. And like the Nightingale's here, I don't remember if it was in 30 or not. That's how little I give a shit about original Gundam. So, and then the rest of this doesn't really hit me. Like Cross Dodge, sure, but the fact it's only Ange herself in the Vilcus, and the dipshit who's the main bad guy of that show is also appearing in this expansion since he's in the trailer. I'm like, cool. I would like everybody else from Cross Ange, since it's clear that I believe the Cross Ange is asset reuse and slight upgrade from VNX appearances. The charge counterattack stuff is asset reuse from 30. And then everything else here is new, I believe. At least new to like the current sets of SRW games. I know Eureka 7 has been in previous games, but not this version of Eureka 7. I don't know about Star Driver and Edeon. I want to say Edeon's been in previous SRW games, but I don't know about Star Driver. And I think Xenoglossia was only in the mobile games. So yeah, there's your spread of material. Yeah, I don't have a hard interest in any of this, to be perfectly honest, especially in this very limited DLC setting. So I'm probably just going to charge forward through the game as is and finally get it beaten before like the end of the month. So yeah, there's the expansion pack. By the way, they're having a sale. It's only 30 in Y because those are the only two available internationally. Y is down to $40, 30 is down to 15. And then a lot of the DLC stuff is discounted as well. If you're looking to pick up the DLC for 30, I think the season pass gets you mostly everything. I'm pretty sure the season pass gets you everything, including the bonus mission pack. No. That's separate. I think that's separate. I don't remember. But it's like $3. It's like $2.50. So like pick up this, pick up this, pick up this. That's your core DLC. Season Pass 1 has backup. But not listed here? Okay. Yeah, DLC 1 has Voltus V, Sakura Wars, Noji units, including Hainu. Hey, look, it's the Hainu Gundam. Like I said, it was a DLC unit before. And then Pack 2 has IBO, Mobile Suit Ultraman, and then more OG units, as you can see here. And then the expansion pack has Votoms, Dan Kuga, Majestic Prince movie, Gitarobo De-Evolution, Shinkalion, and more OG units. So 30 is not the greatest. I kind of prefer Y over 30, but 30 is not a bad entry point for those looking to get into Super Robot Wars, because like I said, it's $15. There's worse things you could pick up for $15, to be honest. Anywho, Blockies updates. We got all the promo pictures for Galaxy 10 Transformers. So we've got Galvatron and Rodimus. Didn't mean to click off. Junkion. not Galvatron, Cyclonus, Galvatron again, and there's Rodimus on his own. We'll skip over that. We'll come back to that here in a second. And then some more promo picks. You get the idea. Nothing particularly new here. What I did want to was skipping over was we have a Shining Wave we have Shining S now for Ultraman, which is just like how the original Shining was for Ultraman. This is the Galaxy body with an LED in the chest that is motion activated. So if you desire more Galaxy figures with Ultraman, here you go. Here's Tiga Multitype. Here's Evil Tiga, who is a distinctly different character from Tiga Multitype. We've got Trigger Power Type. We've got Trigger Sky Type. We've got Z Alpha Edge. And G Galaxy Rising, which will be a slightly different version of G Galaxy Rising. As you can see from the colors on the figure, it's a slightly different version of it. And the chase for this wave should be a gold Tiga, i.e. Glitter Tiga. I've seen a picture of it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Actually, there's two pictures of it. I forgot there's two pictures I've seen of it. There's the one. And then, so this, I believe, is from the Blockies app, and this should be from the box itself. That might be. Oh no, that is all the Galaxy stuff. I thought it was Keeply for a second, because Keeply's like the same idea from a different company. But yeah, there's your basically Glitter Tiga as a chase. If you so desire, Glitter Tiga. I saw like two different leaks. I thought the first one was going to be accurate since it did have power and sky type, and I posted it. And then the very next day, it was like, nope, wrong. Here's Jeet and Zed. Because it was, I think the leak was like Carmera and somebody else. It was like Carmera from Trigger. Oh, for fuck's sake. See if I can find it again. Oh, did they delete it? Or no, there it is. Yeah, it was Tiga, Tiga Power, Carmera, Evil Tiga, Trigger Sky, Trigger Power. And that was wrong. We didn't get Carmera in Tiga Power. We got Jeet and Zed. And they were Jeet in his like upgraded Zed Riser form, and then Zed in his basically his base form. And this leak also said the secret would be Glitter Tiga, which makes sense. One of those times where I'm like, this should be accurate. Nope. I try not to post leaks too much for Blockies because I feel like half the time they end up being wrong. But yeah, we should tonight, maybe around when we end, see the Glitter Tiga and maybe another update. But they've been doing updates at like 10 and 10:30. Yeah. So we probably won't see an update tonight. I'll cover it like tomorrow. Yeah, the Transformers updates have been at 10. The Ultraman updates have been at 10:30 at the moment. Also on the Discords, I don't know if I ever posted on Blue Sky the Starlight Defenders one I did, but I updated, at least with the information, the mostly Galaxy plus the Pokemon list I've had, and then the Starlight plus Defenders list I have, because there's only actually one Starlight wave. Or not wave. There's only one Starlight series, and that's for Ryder. No one else. They don't do anything else, at least explicitly Starlight. Unless Hero Spire, I think, is in that size class. I actually don't know. I think Hero Spire might be in that size class, actually. But yeah, Ryder's the only explicitly Starlight series. And then the Toku, now Ultraman, Solo, Transformers, and DC Defender stuff. Which I believe is all the Defenders, actually. Yeah, that's actually all the Defender waves. But I went ahead and updated them and posted them just to be like, hey, I updated the information. The pictures aren't updated because that's like the process that takes forever, because I have to crop out every picture, save them, to then insert them into the Google Doc. And it's just a pain in the ass, and I just don't feel like doing it. I also have to track down the Pokemon small wave and figure out the sizes for everyone, because they didn't list them on the site I checked for everything. So, pain my asses. Granted, I do this to myself, so. Oh, I should talk about that. I completely forgot. 1 second. There's something else I have to talk about. Because I just saw the pictures for putting in a separate list. So. One second. I have to get. That is. It's not what I wanted to click. That's what I wanted to click. Scroll past all their summaries. Did they not? Okay. There. I could have sworn they tweeted an image with just what they announced. They did, and I just didn't find it because I'm stupid. New batch of Discotheque Blu-rays. These are proper new releases, not their deep dive re-release stuff. So we've got the Nana movies. Nana 2, Nana Final. I might have something listed on my list wrong. 1 second. 1 second. I have to check something. I also need to do that as well because I didn't update the master list the other day. Oh, wait. No, I did. Okay. Cool. I'll keep that open on the side for the moment. So yeah, Nana 2, Nana Final. Lady Oscar, complete collection. Pat LaBarre, The Early Days. Commander Stronger. Lupin the Third. Special TV specials 6 through 10. And Higurashi When They Cry, Kai, and Ray are all up for pre-order. They're out in June. So, hooray! Stronger! That is basically your Legendary 7, except for the original show, released from Discotheque. Fuck's sake, shout, where is our original series Blu-ray at this point? That is like the big gaping hole right now. In terms of our official releases, like, we do not have a Blu-ray of the original series. Ugh. The Lupin TV specials, I think Discotheque's already released 6 through 10 before, but this is all of them in one box, which, if you're new to picking up Lupin stuff, go. And you want the TV specials, that's a better option than trying to track down individual TV specials. There they are in that. And I don't know if they've said that they're going to repack everything into that in terms of TV specials, but that seems like the initiative. Is they're repacking all of their TV specials into basically one box. I think 2 discs. I'd have to recheck SoundOut's video, SoundOut 12's video, because he did on his Blu-ray hauls, he picked up the first of these. I think they're 2 disc. I might be wrong on that. But all in 2 discs, basically. But yeah, that's basically the Discotheque update. I forgot about this until just now. Also, for those curious, this takes us down to only 3, and I'll show this on stream. Only 3 let's zoom out a little bit. 3 announcements Discotheque has done that have not been released. That is Monster Complete Series, the Zegapan Complete Collection, and the Sergeant Frog movies. All of these were announced. I think all of these were announced at Otakon last year. I think it was Otakon last year. They were all from the same stream, I think. But these are the last 3 things Discotheque has announced that they have not released yet. Or have not dated yet. Everything else they've announced has a date except for these 3. Which, I mean, technically this has a date, but because they said it would be released this year when they announced it, and that was the short and long of it. But yeah, it's just these 3. So, Discotheque doesn't have a whole lot of old news to talk about whenever they get around to doing a live stream, which they've talked about how, because of replicators and the like slowing down or being backed up, they're basically waiting. Like, I think between replicators and approvals, they're just like basically in holding patterns for stuff, which that's fine. It seems like because of like Crunchyroll's whole shenanigans that basically gave them the opportunity to just put out their back catalog of stuff. And it seems to be like doing well enough. Only like one thing I saw was ever sold out, and then it went back in stock not too long after. And they've also only noted that like the English season 2 for Metabots is limited quantity, but I don't think that's sold out. We can check real quick. Checking. I'm pretty sure all of those are... Animigo things, for those curious, I think. Pretty sure that's a Maniego. I'm pretty sure all this is a Maniego. Let's see. Oop, that's season 3. That's Japan season 2. English season 2. Yeah, it's still up for breeder. Their current batch should be out mid-May, which the last batch of deep dives they did have just went out the door in the last couple weeks. So this is what it is. So yeah, that is a discotheque update. For those that desire the discotheque update. God, Xbox is trying real hard to win people back. They're doing everything. They're like, oh, it's not Microsoft games anymore. It's Xbox. Here's a new logo. Here's a letter from our new president and everything. And I'm like, you are desperate for people to come back. You have realized you have fucked up real bad. And you want people back. And I don't know how much that's going to work. Okay. I need to remember. I made this 3, right? Yeah, 3. Okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure. I did not double click game. Double click SolidWorks, not game. Let's get you squared up with this first. And figure out how. Okay. It was. Okay, we're probably gonna want it center on that side. So this should be probably a 3. Should be 5. Like a 5, 2.5. Or 6 and 3. We'll go 6 and 3. The middle. This. Two, three, three, 5, 5. Yeah, that's too much. 2.5, half. Calculator. 2, 5, 5, 5, 5. I like that better. Okay, that's basically what we're after. I probably won't do the part. Come in. Looks like made of electrical plug. That's better. There we go. That's so much better. And zoop. 1, 2, 5, 3. Yes. Oh, that looks so much better. It's like the best claw I've done. No, I don't need saving. Another one. Yeah. Generally going in the direction we want. Okay. Looking good. Okay. Save everything. Thank you. Okay. Fix this hole. 5. Got it. We're probably going to have to come at it from the side. We're just going to try to get the general shape of it. What the... Break it down to 6. 6.5. Up. Softer on that. Yeah. It'll be annoying, aren't you? Of course. Okay. Okay. Now we're in business. So it's 10 out. So that by 10. Right. Don't need you. That's fix that in a little bit better. This one is short. Oh. Okay. Two and a half. 12. 5. Let's remove these. Okay, so the head just is gonna happen. It would probably be easier to just change the peg hole instead of the peg. Of that. I went the wrong way. Wrong way. That's better. Because I like the width of it. Yeah, I like the width of it. Okay, that's kind of the opposite of what I want. That's more like it. Hopefully this works. I need to draw something. Quick. Okay. Is that? Yeah. Arc. We're gonna go with this. No. Are you angled? Are you angled? Checked. Hey. Is that? Why can't you just be flush? How does that even make sense? Okay. Thank you. Just look over the Discord. And apparently, we've got new Soto at the Akito exhibition. See the tweet real quick. One second, folks. I have to scroll back and find it. Or I'm just gonna have to click this. Okay. I'm guessing Soto Chronicle like I assume the new Soto Chronicle Akito stuff. Unless they are also putting out more than that. See? No. That should be closed. Oh, that's better.
searching all along, confessing while alone and on, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked, where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter at post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter, what else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark.
Where are you? Lower.
Moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right in front of me, that's where I found an empty glass, reflecting that's a truth. It's telling words not to be told. I need the mask. I'm a sharpshooter at post masquerade, heart in both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter, chained down to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide.
Okay, there it goes.
I can't tell you how to see me, just a cage of bones, there's nothing inside. Will it unleash me, burning down the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a sharpshooter at post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.
Okay, that needs to be way low. Needs to be like down. Oh dear. Okay. That's still not enough. I take off. Not enough. Not quite. We might be able to. Really? Can't take them off. Nope, nope, nope. That's the wrong one. Let's just go for it. It's finally enough clearance. Like help them. There we go. A little bit wider than those, but that's okay. Need a elevator hall. I want to cut the front guns. I think I might just cut the front guns, to be honest. We'll cut those front guns. I like it better without the guns. Well, that's basically Kabuto done. Not really anything else I want to do. Yeah. I figured we had an extra week, or we had one more week on this. But no, that's Kabuto done. Hooray! That's another one off the list. That brings us almost to nice number progression. We're at 68.75. Let me guess. That puts it at, yep, that's a solid 70. Or solid. Yeah, solid 70. So all we have left is Dragon, Ghost. It's 3 dragons, 2 spirits, getting back to Kiva to try to like do the wings, which I know what to do. I just have to like redesign them from scratch, and then Geo. So we're almost done. At least with the main riders. We might be done this year with all the main riders. of Haysayer at least, and then it's off to Showa plus Heisei, and I can't wait for them to drop a Legend Rider card set that's like, here's the rest of the Showa Riders, and I'm like, well, time to rearrange the phases slightly in my dock. God, what do we do next week? We'll go back to Kiva, get the wings redesigned before I push forward with anybody next week. How do I end off early, or I do something else? I think we'll end off early. So yeah. Yeah. Next week we'll get Kiva done, because I know what I want to do with the wings. I just have to redesign them from scratch, which is fine. I've talked about this before. It's okay to scrap shit and take it from the top. It's okay. So next week we'll get Kiva done. And then after that, probably, you know what? Let's just do a wheel now. Oh, this still... this actually still has the stuff. Alright. Pull it back up. Ghost, Keto. Hibiki. Wizard. Ghost is already there. Is it just those 5? Yeah, it's just those 5. Alright. So roll and eliminate until it picks one. So now Ryuki. Wizard. Not Ghost. Alright, are we just gonna pick Agito? Just because the Agito stuff's happening? Oh my god, it is. Fine, we'll do Agito next week. So the wheel has decreed. We're doing Agito after we get Kiva sorted. So yeah, we'll start Agito next week. Ugh, that'll be fun. Or maybe next week. It depends on how long the Kiva wings take. They might take the stream. But yeah, that'll be next week. Tomorrow, Warrior Wear for Cubage. Saturday will be something Tommy decides on. And then Sunday will be more Kyoryuger folks. So if you like what you see and drop a follow, really appreciate it. Exclamation point, YouTube and chat gets the YouTube archive for this and all our streams. We're close. I'm basically just gonna do a bunch of playlist stuff that I have that are private at the moment. Just start sorting them, getting them set up and scheduled until I basically run out. And then we will see where we're at from there. So yeah, we're close to having everything posted. Thank God. But exclamation point social and chat gets the handles for our social media so you know we're live. Exclamation point Discord.Discord. Drop by, say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.